Good morning. This is Elder G. God can woke us up one more time. God can start us on our way. God can close us in our right mind. And I hope and pray that all our limbs are working properly. I want you to think about this. Think about this real good. And then ask yourself, how did you let us get here? How did you let us get here? We got a church almost on every corner. You got millions and millions of men and women calling themselves preachers and deacons and mothers. A gas station on every corner. You can't hardly go by there and ain't nobody buying gas 24 hours a day. But you can't hardly get nobody that hardly want to come to church. Why is that? Why is it that there's a church on every corner, on television 24/7, and on the radio, but the devil is just running wild? Something wrong with that picture, ain't it? Something ain't adding up, right? That must mean that there's a whole bunch of people there just lying. I mean, just straight up lying. Lying on God, lying on Christ, lying about the Constitution. I mean, just straight up full of it. And then the churches on every corner just let them get away with it. They'll say something like, God take care of it. That ain't what it says in Leviticus. There was a reason that God called Moses to write the first 5 books of the Bible. Because he wanted somebody that's going to enforce the rules. That was going to be fair to everybody, not just to somebody like a family member. They're going to be fair to everybody. They're going to try to treat everybody right. So if you're going to try to treat everybody right, that means that everybody have to obey the law. The same law and the same Constitution, it goes for every human being. No matter where you from, who you love, what color your skin is, it don't make no difference. If the law is not fair to everybody, that law have no effect. If the law that's supposed to protect my rights try to take my rights away from me, then that law and that person that's trying to enact that law, that's trying to take a freedom away from me that they enjoy, that's my enemy. Anyone that would try to take away a right from me, a man trying to tell a woman that he know more about her body and what she need than she do. To me, that's a mental retardation. Something is seriously wrong with you. Somebody will want their daughter or their wife or their mother to go into a department store and go into a dressing room to change her clothes, and this man just come up in there and pin you to the wall and insert his finger inside you. Which one of y'all hypocrites would be okay with that? You got to have an evil mind. You got to have an evil mindset just to think about doing that crazy stuff, and at the same time, you trying to say that you love Jesus. You got to be joking. All that bull and stuff in the past, that stuff is over. These are the last days. The Bible is clear that in the last days, these preachers is going to become lovers of themselves more than the love of God. They're going to care more about lust, more about money, more about power, and try to be excited. They're not just dogs. The Bible says they greedy dogs, and they'll never get enough. When you got mad dogs like that, when you got parents that'll raise their child to hate somebody just because of the color of their skin, just think about what you're willing to put that child through. How many times that child may gonna get punched in the face because he called somebody the N-word. Because his mother and father gave him bad advice. This ain't the 1600s, and it ain't the 1700s, and it ain't the 1800s. This is the 21st century. We have the exact same rights that you have. You don't have no more rights than we do. If you come for us, we're going to fight you. It's just that simple. Because we ain't did nothing wrong. See, I pledge my allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, right? And to the republic for which it stands. One nation under God, indivisibly with liberty and justice for all. Not y'all. Other than God and Christ, the Constitution rules supreme. The Constitution is of the people. It's by the people. And it's for the people. It ain't for no reflection pool. It ain't for trying to go to Mars or go to the moon. That's against God. Read Jeremiah chapter 10. That's evil. The Constitution is 50 states getting together and deciding we're going to work together as a team to build roads and bridges and support the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Marines. That's what the federal government is. The federal government was founded by the state. The federal government is 50 states together. The federal government, everybody that represents the federal government is sent from their state. Every state got 2 senators. And every state has got Congress people there. It all depends on how many people and how many districts. Every state is represented fairly, but they don't pay in the same amount of money. But the reason they got together, because we knew some states was poor. We're not gonna let you change the Constitution. And I'm gonna tell you why. Why we're not gonna let you? Because we don't have to. We are natural born American citizens. My father and my mother was American citizens, and my grandfather and grandmother was an American citizen. You don't have no more rights than I do. So if you want to try to exercise your rights against me and try to deny me of the same rights that you trying to keep on enjoying, that I have no choice but to consider you to be my enemy. See, my job as a man of God is to shine light into darkness, that people may see and that they may come running, asking, what must I do to be saved? But in order for them to do that, God is the only one that can draw them to Christ. The only way that you can come to Christ is first, God has got to draw you. And when God draw you and you come running asking what you need to be saved, then I can say, I can preach the gospel to you, which is the good news that Jesus came down through 42 generations. While we were still yet in our sin, he started that journey. Not because we loved him, it's that he loved us first. And he was willing to take on the sin of the whole world. That's how much he loved us. He came down that Damascus road where he was talked about. He was beat. He was hung high and spread it wide. He was speared in his side. Said, water gushed out, representing baptism, and the blood flowed down, represent redemption. He did it all at the cross. He took all our burdens away. We free now. We are not bound by the law. We walk by faith, not by sight. We call those things that are not as they be. And that's why on my broadcast, I always give you an invitation for you to come. And I tell you the different ways that you can come. You can come if you got some experience, or you can come if you want to be baptized, or you just want to rededicate yourself to the Lord. There's different ways you can come, and there's different reasons for you to come. Remember, in order for you to come to Christ, God is going to have to be willing to draw you. So God got to see something in you that he decided that you worth saving. And he'll drop your name to Christ. See, that's what I'm talking about. Christ is the head of the church. All the preachers is just under shepherds. Christ is over every church. Christ is always the head, and he's never the tail. He's King of kings, and he's Lord of lords. That means that there ain't no law above his law. There ain't no authority any higher than his. Because God gave it all in his hands. When he died on that cross, God put everything in his hands. And now all you got to do is come to Jesus. Just like you are. You don't have to have no great job or no great education. You just got to have faith. And you got to have integrity. And you got to be willing to follow Christ's rules and Christ's regulations. Christ's regulations, they're not overburdensome. It's just that you just don't want to do them. But if you don't want to do them, just stay on over there. He ain't trying to force you. He ain't going to put you in chains. He ain't going to lock you up in no prison. He's just going to judge you on the day of judgment. He ain't going to holler at you. You can follow him if you want to. He said, my sheep, they hear my voice. And they won't follow another. See, either you with God in Christ or you're against him. A decision has got to be made. Who you gonna roll with? You gonna roll with the devil? Or you gonna roll with Christ? It's up to you. You got to stand on your own 2 feet with this. Are you with God or Christ, or are you against him?